Hey guys, and welcome back to WorldPainter. Today we are going to be working with placing the flowers and things around. If you remember a long time ago when we went through the palette that we're looking about doing, a lot of blue wildflowers, yellow, just different variations of flowers like the dandelions, a few of the gold ones, the rock rose, and just a bunch of different ones, and then a lot of heather. So pretty much what we're going to be doing here is we're going to go through and just kind of pick out a few different areas and place the flowers in. Pretty much. Also, a big thing that I did do, I came in here and this grass is now a much different color. I brought in the texture I used in the other one, which is called, I just named it grass, mask it at the end, whatever, you don't have to do it at the end. But edit custom material, it's basically grass, and then we have the coarse dirt there. So we get just little patches in here that are a bit of coarse dirt, just trying to mix up the terrain so it's not all that one grass coloring to it, and it actually does help out with bringing out a lot of color variation and things like that. Later on, one thing we are going to be doing in this series is changing the biomes by doing like cracks of different colors of biomes to get different colors of grass in there, which I actually did not do on the map, and it's kind of bothering me now, but I can't really change it without drawing part of the map I've already done. So we're working with that change in the Let's Build period. But for this map, we're going to be doing that and actually getting some cool different colorings in the grass here. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to start out by placing our yellow flowers. So the yellow flowers are right here. It's a bunch of different things. So pretty much it's a layer with it's a ground cover layer. So pretty much what you do for that is you do plus, a little plus there, and custom layers, or at the bottom of the layers. It's the same thing. You add custom ground cover layer, and then you scroll down in here and you find the one that you want. For us, we're using yellow flowers, or you can actually hit plus there and then create your own custom material, which is then used as the layer. But so in here, we're going to go into this, we're going to go into edit, and you'll see in here we have blobs of these all different types of flowers that probably does not make any sense to any of you guys, but basically what these are is the rock rose, the dandelion, the gold cimbula, I think it's like a elven flower from Lord of the Rings, and then there's one other yellow one that we threw in here in blanking, but those are the IDs. I'll throw them in the description like usual, so you guys can go check those out if you would like, but we'll see when we get into the game at the end when we're checking it out. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're just going to take this spray brush, grab our yellow flowers, and we're going to do the noise brush, and what we're going to do, get rid of that, get rid of all those things, and we're going to do only on, then we're going to go to terrain, and then we're going to come down here to custom, and we're going to do grass mask at the end. So pretty much what this is going to be is we're basically just going to go through with 100% intensity and just kind of pick some random spots like this. And then let's do like another patch of yellow right down here. Basically this is just how much color variation we want, because the terrain that we've made is extremely lush. We're just going to kind of jump around and we can like throw some in here, I don't know. Some over in here. It's really just random. I like doing it at like the corner of ridges and kind of going into valleys, but it's really only going to be on that grass, so it really adds these cool little textures here and there. And pretty much we do this, and then we bring in the trees at the very end, because then it kind of smooths it out a little bit. A lot of these flowers are just kind of mix and match wherever you want them. In the map that I'm working on, there's a lot of heather in there, so I think on this one I'm going to try and do a much better job balancing it out. I really love the heather texture, but I do think we could use a little bit more variation in the map than what we have right now. So I'm going to go through and just kind of plot in all these different colors wherever we want, kind of just doing them a little bit. It's okay if that it's the noise brush, so on the outside it's a little noisy and kind of breaks up the texture. That's totally fine. Because we're going to be mixing in like large grass and ferns and everything. If you guys have caught any of the live streams or the reveal video, you can see that we have a lot of different types of foliage all over the place. It's meant to be extremely lush and have a lot of color to it and a lot of life just like everywhere. So with that, we're going to be going through here, kind of dotting in all these different patches, and I'm going to go ahead and get this layer finished up throughout the rest of the map. You guys can kind of see the process going on right here. It's just not a whole lot of interesting stuff, so I don't really want to spend the whole video just kind of doing this, so I'll catch you guys on the other side. Alright, so I got all of that layer built in already. We got a lot of these little like yellow spots all over the place, so you can see them. You can toggle the terrain off through here. Makes everything look a little bit weird, but you can kind of see from here how kind of like the density of the yellow more or less. There's some open areas where we probably could throw some in, like maybe a little bit right in there. Yeah, something like that. And then there's a few more open spots kind of that you can throw up here, but toggling the terrain on and off gives you a great idea of, if you're looking for just that one specific color, it gives you a great idea of how you, or like kind of what you got going on. You can toggle on and off any single layer, and it really does a lot when you're trying to see how just one specific area is working in. So with this, we have our yellow flowers in. Now we're going to be looking at our wildflowers, wherever those are, right up here with that kind of gray bluey texture. So we're going to go into edit here. You can see this is another ground cover layer like we added in the first time, or showed you guys how to add in the first time. This one, on the other hand, just has 2 flowers in this. I know this one for sure. One of these is blue wildflowers, and the other one is literally just wildflowers. And these give a blue, they're both blue flowers, kind of bluish flowers. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go in through the same route we did here, and then but we're going to do accept on, and we're going to go with layer, and then we're going to do yellow flowers. So basically we don't want them over each other so that they don't kind of overlap and intermingle too much. So we're pretty much just going to be doing the same thing here, kind of going around the map with all this stuff. So I figured this time you guys saw it the first time, so I'm just going to get this in place here, and I will see you guys on the other side. Alright, this is looking like a real good amount right here, both of them. We can toggle this terrain off and kind of give this one last look over. You can see there's a lot of yellow and blue splotches throughout. I ended up changing the blue color so it shows up just a little bit better. But that's kind of the general look we're going at here with this one, guys. What we can do here after this is we'll get into the game soon. You guys will be able to see this here really soon. But what I'm going to do now is we're now going to be working with the heather. This is literally just, it's another ground layer, and we can go into here and it's literally just a single block of the heather. That's all it is. So it just doesn't add too many new textures into it. But pretty much what we're going to do here is we're going to do only on grass, and we're just going to leave this except on yellow flowers on, and we're going to turn this up into cracks. What we're going to do here is we're actually going to bring this brush up to as big as we can possibly make it, and we're just going to dab this guy along here, and just kind of like that. Maybe just a little bit lighter click like that, kind of dabbing it around. It gives a cool texture of kind of, that's a double click. And we're going to actually do at or below. Actually, no, we're not. I like the last time I did the heather coming all the way up, whereas before it did not. And then bringing this guy all the way up here. We're going to have to remember to go remove it in the water at the end, but that's fine. So pretty much what this all is here, we're just really briefly bringing that heather everywhere, kind of across the whole map, so it gives a really cool texture. It's still going to look like there's a heck of a lot of it, but it gives a really cool texture, and it really brings out the purple undertone in it. And if we're trying to make this into like a late fall or early fall, so all the summer flowers are in bloom and they're just a lot of wildflowers, really colorful, we can go to disable the terrain here. You can see we got a lot of heather kind of all over the place here, and it's going to look really cool once we get into game and you can actually see it here. It's going to look kind of dotted and messy and really cool. So then we can toggle this terrain back on. And now what we want to do here is we want to go to global, and we go to remove a layer, and we go to heather, and we do only on, and then we go through the other layers. So we remove heather on. So before we had it on except yellow flowers, so we don't have to do that, but we want to remove it on wildflowers. And then we're going to go back into layer, remove a layer, heather, only on water. Get rid of all that stuff that's in the water there. You know, while we're at it, let's just do fill with terrain type. Let's go with the flow map white, and we're going to do only on water. So everything underwater is now going to be changed. We got to come in here and mess with this terrain by hand, because I found out when I was in there in in game itself, that's actually all bedrock because it's down at height 0. So that's something we got to work with. But yeah, so beyond this, guys, that's basically all there is to it. One last thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here with the grass and ferns short. And basically what this is, okay. So this is what is called a custom plants layer, I believe. Yeah, so this opens up to here, and then you can use all the vanilla Minecraft plants. You can just place them in yourselves, saplings included. Granted, those do grow. Be careful with that. They will all grow really, really quickly. But pretty much what I did in here is we have grass, tall grass up to 40, up to 6 prior. This is basically a priority list. So there's a 40% chance of the block generated being tall grass, 20 double tall grass, 26 of fern, and 13 for a large fern. Then here we have grass and ferns. This is another custom plant layer, and this one is basically just much more in the double tall grass and large ferns. Pretty much what we're going to be doing here is we're actually going to be going to fill with layer, and we're going to do where is it? Short. We're trying to do there's grass and ferns. Here's the tall one. We're going to do this only on terrain type grass mask at N, because that's our grass that we're using. So we're going to do that. That's everything's filled with it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go through global, and we're going to do remove a layer, grass and ferns, only on terrain or layer. And we're going to do wildflowers. So that's going to bring that blue back out. We're going to here. We're going to do remove a layer, grass and ferns, only on layer yellow flowers. And then what we're also going to do here is we're going to do remove a layer, grass and ferns, only on, where's the heather? There's heather. So that's going to bring that heather popping back out too. But here's the new thing that we're going to do. We're going to do fill with a layer, and we're going to find the short. Where's the short one? Grass and ferns short. And we're going to do this only on layer, where is it? Heather. We're going to go ahead and do that, so it's going to mix that up. So the heather is going to be even more sparse. Then one cool thing we can do with this actually afterwards as well is those dragonflies and butterflies and whatnot that we've been working with beforehand. We can actually go ahead and add those into there as well. So this is going to be fill with a layer. For this one, we'll be doing the dragonflies only on layer. This is just going to be over the flowers and things, so it's kind of pointed. You're going to see that over the heather. We're going to do fill with a layer. There's dragonflies. Dragonflies all the way at the bottom. Only on layer. And then this is going to be on wildflowers. And so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of duplicate this through all of them, guys. You guys are probably going to get bored watching me do this, going through everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to when we finish this up and get this into into Minecraft. That's where we're going. So I believe that's the next one we want to do. Yeah, so that's covered up all the layers there. So now I'm going to go through and do that again with the butterflies, and I will catch you guys in Minecraft. All right, guys, here we are in Minecraft. Everything's in place, and as you can see, we are getting that huge, huge lush terrain coming in here. I'm honestly thinking we got all these blue flowers. Here's what the blue flowers look like. Show you guys, we got the wild blue flowers, and then right here we have just the regular wildflowers. So that's really cool. I chose this spot to zone into just so that we have all the different textures in here, because I kind of pinpointed them all into this area for sure. As you can see, it's super, super lush. What we're going to be doing after this is actually going in and adding in the trees and then messing with all that kind of stuff. But that will be in the next video probably, because this one's getting pretty long. But here we have the yellow flowers kind of spotted in. What we have here is we have yellow bed straw. We have rock rose. We have the gold cymbelman, something like that. And I think that's it. Yeah, so those are the three types that we have in here, and then dandelions mixed in as well. So there's 4 flowers with the yellow bed straw, rock rose, gold cymbelman, I don't know, and then dandelion. As you can see, we're getting a lot of that heavy detail stuff coming up in here. All these I did grow them up to be very, very tall. When we get the trees in, it actually works on really kind of cleaning it up and narrowing it down, and so they don't look so extreme, I guess you could say. But for now, this is kind of just where we're going to be leaving it at, and then the trees will come in and fix it. We can kind of fly on down over this away, but you guys are getting the whole idea of what it's really looking like so far, where it's going to be going, and you can kind of just see how lush and green I want this area to really be. So with that, guys, I really hope you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know what you guys think about all of this, where we're going, and all that fun stuff. Oh, here's a little a few butterflies up here to show you guys, excuse me, that it worked out really well. But anyways, continuing on with the outro, let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this series, where it's going, and kind of what we're doing. If you guys have any tips or tricks that we could be utilizing as well. And with that, please hit that like and subscribe button if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next video.